Salute, peace and power. I'm back. So I'm gonna get straight into it. Money, good old dollar bill, cash, currency. Now, for a lot of people, they'll do anything for money. Some people, it doesn't matter what they got to do to obtain a dollar. They're gonna do it. Some people believe they press. They can't live without money. They can't sustain without money. Money is a very significant or integral piece to living a life. I would agree with that. However, what are some of the things that you know that you shouldn't exchange for money? Is sex one of them? Is dignity one of them? Is honor one of them? Is family one of them? Is trust one of them? Is loyalty one of them? Meaning, are any of those things I said, would you trade those things in for money? Would you trade money in for loyalty? Would you trade money in for family? Would you trade money in for your children? Would you trade money in for sex? Would you trade money in for lust? Would you trade money in for communication? Would you trade money in for peace of mind? Would you trade money in for a body part, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys? Would you trade money in for one of your parents? What would you not trade money in for? What would you not be willing to sacrifice for money? That's my question. What are some of the things that you know for a fact you would never give up just for money? For a fact, though. It doesn't matter if it's $100 billion, you know you wouldn't get that up, regardless. Don't matter. Would you give up faith for money? Would you give up belief for money? Would you give up religion for money? Would you give up honesty for money? Would you give up integrity for money? Dignity for money? Would you? What won't you give up for that mighty old dollar, for that cash, for that skrilla, for that currency? I'm only asking because we tend to believe only certain people can sell their soul for money or give up certain things for money. It's like only entertainers or athletes or celebrities or stars can give up something for money. I truly believe we all give up things for money. But we don't know we're giving it up because we're thinking about getting money. That's why I ask, what are we not willing to give up? What's that one thing you would never trade in for money? Put it in the comment section. Let me know. What's the one thing you would never do, no matter what it entails for money? Just one thing. And somebody may come to you with $100 billion and say, remember that one thing you said you wouldn't give up? I got $100 billion. Give it up, and I'll give you this. Would you still give it up? Would you still give it up? Whatever that one thing may be. Whatever it is. That's why I ask what I ask. What are you not willing to give up for money? Because when I look around, everybody's compromised for money, including myself. People will give up peace of mind for money because they'll say they're in a stressful situation, but they'll stay in that stressful situation to keep that money coming in. People give up sex for money all the time. Like she said, we gonna have sex, I'm gonna pay for it. Or he said if I have sex with him, he gonna give me some money. So men are willing to pay and women are willing to give it up. And that's on various different levels when it comes to sex and money. Like I said, people having peace of minds, giving that up for money. People want to have a career in music, in politics, in athletics, or in sports. They're willing to give that up for money. Like, you know what? I want to be a star. I'll give that up for the money. It don't matter if I be a football player, I can get CTE. That don't matter. I'm going to get paid. Don't matter. I probably could play basketball and I might not be able to walk the same after my basketball career, but it don't matter. I'm doing this, I'm getting paid. It don't matter if I got to speak some of the word of God and some of my own words. I'm going to get paid to be a reverend or a deacon or a pastor or a pope or archbishop or whatever. I'm going to get paid. It don't matter if I got to be half naked to be a model. I'm going to get paid. It don't matter if I got to put my baby father on child support. They're going to pay my bills and the government going to help me with rent. I'm going to get paid. I don't care if my girl or my wifey or my baby moms or my family hating or they upset because I'm scamming or I'm selling drugs or I'm robbing and I'm stealing and I'm smashing and grabbing. I'm going to get paid. I don't care if these products I'm selling could cause diabetes, high blood pressure. I'm going to get paid. I'm going to get this money. I'm going to go get the bag. We all are compromised for money one way or another. That's why I'm asking. What are you not willing to do for it, though? That's why I'm naming ways that people go out here and get money. But I don't hear ways people are not willing to do things for the money. And I don't see things people are not willing to do for money. Somebody tell somebody else what they wouldn't do what they doing. Psh, girl, I wouldn't do all that to get that money. Yo, bro, I wouldn't do all that to get the money. But what are you doing to get the money that you get? What is she doing to get the money she get? So one female might not want to be a stripper. Okay. Another female may not want to lay on her back to get paid. But what are you doing to get this money? Tell us what you doing to get the money. Can we say for certain what you doing ain't impacting or affecting somebody else one way or another? How you getting paid? That's why I said, okay, even if it ain't nothing like that, are you dealing with food products that's making people sick and you still worried about getting paid? That gets somebody high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, liver disease, or whatever it could be. You still gonna work for that company knowing that? So we all doing something to get money. That's not the issue. What are you not willing to do to get it done? That's what I'm asking. Because we all doing something to get money. Everybody on the planet Earth. Everybody. Everybody. But what are you not willing to do to get the money? So before we criticize somebody else and say what we wouldn't do that we see them doing to get the money, that's them and that's you. You ain't them and they ain't you. But what are you not willing to do? And if you're not willing to do whatever that is, fine. But what are you doing to get the money now? Is it righteous? We can't tell what's righteous or not. We don't know that because we ain't God. We don't know that. We could say it's righteous. We could say, no, I've been working for this company. We don't know that. Something and someone have to be compromised for money to get made. Money's being made is compromised. We don't know the material that they're using to make the money with. We don't know exactly where it comes from. We don't know how much trees they cut down to turn it into paper. We don't know that. We're assuming that. And trees is here or put here to help us breathe for oxygen. So now, if they keep cutting down trees, how we gonna breathe? How we gonna sustain oxygen? So again, look, money's being made from paper, right? That's what I'm saying. Animals are being slaughtered for us to eat. I'm not saying that's wrong or right. I'm just pointing it out. So again, we all doing something for that mighty dollar. But what are you not willing to do for it? That's the thing. That's the thing. Because we're going to criticize somebody else for getting it and doing what they doing. That's why I say, even myself. So somebody says video, be like, what are you doing for money? Posting videos on YouTube. And I ain't even monetized yet, but I posted videos on YouTube. Because I'm thinking about what? Being monetized, getting paid. That ain't the focal point. But that is the point. Again, it's not the focal point, but it is the point. Being monetized. Getting a bigger audience. Having a bigger platform. So people could cash at me. People could PayPal me. I could start getting paid from YouTube. Now, am I willing to curse people out, disrespect people, and degrade people? No, but I'm still willing to post videos. And to someone else that don't have a platform, they may be looking at that as selling my soul because I'm trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get paid. If you surely got love for what you're doing, it shouldn't matter if you get paid or not, which I agree with. But at least I'm honest. That's why I said, what are people not willing to do? So people lying to people to get paid. Saying they're going to tell people what they want to hear to get paid. People trying to sell products to you. They're going to tell you whatever it takes. This is the best blender ever, just to get you to buy it. This is the warmest coat ever, just to get you to buy it. These are the best sneakers ever, just to get you to buy it. This is the best smelling cologne or perfume, just to get you to buy it. That's all. This is the biggest, best plasma TV in the world, just to get you to buy it. We all gonna do whatever for that money. So the notion of somebody criticizing somebody else how they get money, that's why I don't criticize how nobody get money. That's why I made videos about the soul selling thing. Go back, pull them up. Go back and pull them up, because we all compromise. So what it is, the only people that ain't compromised is the homeless people literally living in the street that we walk past and step over. I was homeless before. I ain't have no obligations to nothing, to nobody, no bills, no nothing. I was homeless. I was in the street. And I'm considering or reconsidering doing that again because I won't have no obligations to nothing. And I spoke to a few people when I was in those situations. Some people are homeless because they lack their money or lack their maintaining money. They didn't want to deal with the responsibility of society no more. They ain't want to worry about washing clothes. They ain't want to worry about paying bills. They ain't want to worry about taking care of kids. They ain't want to worry about going around family no more. They ain't want to worry about going to a job or a corporation or a business. They ain't want to worry about none of that no more. So they just gave up one day and stopped. Like, you know what? I'm just not going to go back to life. It wasn't about going back to family or going back to their house or their home or their apartment. They just didn't want to go back to life no more. So they was homeless. And I was homeless, and people talked to me and told me that. Like, yo, nah, I had money, I had business, I had cars, I had a family. I ain't want to deal with it no more. I ain't want to go back to living how I was living. So I just left it alone. And I'm like, what you mean you left it alone? Like, I just didn't go back. Like, the money that was in my account, I ain't worried about it no more. And whoever had access to it, they can have it. But if they have access to it, it's probably still in the bank somewhere. I ain't want it no more because I ain't want to deal with it. I ain't want to go around family no more. I ain't want to go around friends no more. I ain't want to rub shoulders with co-workers no more. I ain't want to run that business if they was running their own business or corporation. I ain't want to worry about having to pay life insurance or insurance on my car or a car note. I ain't want to deal with none of that no more. So that's why I'm homeless. That's why I'm in the street, because I don't want to deal with none of that no more. And me thinking about it and looking at it, they actually winning because they ain't got to worry about nothing in life. Other people may look at it as homeless. They're bum. They stink or whatever. But I'm saying, to keep up with that, it's costing you time. It's costing you money. It's costing you energy. And you may not want to be at that job. You may not want to be in that relationship. And it's not just in a marriage. It could be with your family. You may not want to be around your kids no more. You may not want to pay that car note no more. You may not want to pay life insurance no more. But that person that I spoke to, they ain't got to deal with none of that no more. And I understand how they looked at, or they looked down on, or they looked up on. But they ain't got to deal with none of that no more. They ain't got no more car notes. They ain't got no more bills. They ain't got to interact with no more family. They ain't got to worry about having a husband, a wife. They ain't got to worry about being there for kids. None of that no more. Meanwhile, back in life, you got bills still. You got car notes still. You got life insurance still. You still got to worry about being nagged, being bothered, interacting with people you might not want to interact with, rubbing shoulders with people you might not want to rub shoulders with. And then when you finally give up and break down, you still got to worry about the criticism from your moms or your dad or your kids or your siblings or your job or your husband or your wife or your employees if you're running your own business, or life insurance if you got to take care of that, or a car note or car insurance, or whatever comes with being in life. That person that's homeless, they ain't got to deal with that no more. They good. They ain't got to deal with it no more. Person that like, man, I'm good. And some people may say they weak. Okay. All right. So if they weak, you got to stay strong then. You could never give up on life. You could never give up on the bills. You could never give up on your family. You could never give up on other people. You got to stay fighting it out. Don't never get stressed. Remember, now it's like that's how they chose to deal with it. That's them. But one thing I do know, they ain't got to worry about that mighty dollar no more. They ain't got to worry about no more currency. Spending it, having it, getting it, trying to keep it, none of that. No more. No more. At all. They ain't got to worry about it no more. So, again, what is it worth to you? And what is it not worth to you? What's your limit on what you're willing to do to get money and what you're not willing to do to get money? What's your cutoff? Is it a price? Is it something that you're not willing to do? Like, what is it? What is the cutoff? It's a certain number, like, I don't care how much money, I ain't gonna never do that. Or is it just a cutoff and have nothing to do with money? You just ain't gonna do it, period. I mean, get in the comments, let me know. Like I said, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. And I'm gonna be honest, when I was homeless, I have no expectation. And it was better. Because I didn't have to worry about nothing. I have to worry about family worrying about me. Because I won't pull up to their residencies and ask to take a bath or a shower or can they feed me? Because they may do it once or twice, but if I keep coming, they'll be like, I ain't got no food. I'm struggling, see? So me being homeless and I ain't got to pull up on them because they may hit me with it. I'm struggling. I ain't got it right now. Or you can spend a night, but you can't stay here. So if I just stay away from them and stay homeless, I ain't even got to worry about it. I ain't got to worry about somebody saying something behind my back. You know, I try to help because so, la, 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 la. But he keep coming or she keep coming. I can't help them. I can't feed them. I'm barely making it. I barely got food. I barely got soap. I barely got tissue. How am I going to help them? So if you just snip, and cut everything off, you ain't got to worry about it. Some people, you may be giving up, but think about it. Really think about it. So again, to all the new subs, you know, I appreciate it. And this pop up in your algorithm. What I need you to do, I need you to subscribe. What I need you to do, I need you to do it now. A1 Day Ones, you know, I appreciate it. And the haters and the detractors, and even the people that be in the bushes, don't recommend, not interested, unsubscribe. Again, what are you willing to do, and what's your cutoff when it comes to money? Peace, world.